Yes, y'all know what it is, man. It's the Ern and Iso show. If you don't know now, you know we back at it. You know what I'm saying? If you're new here or if you're old here, man, first and foremost, we appreciate you, man. We ask that you like, rate, review, share, subscribe, all of those things to show us you appreciate what we do. But let's get into the pod the way we normally get into the pod, man. Start this week out. How was your week? How was your weekend?
Everything was lovely, man. I can't complain. Y'all been showing us a lot of love, man. Y'all been showing us a lot of love, man. Thank y'all for the amazing week that we had last week. And every week, you know what I mean? The views continue to go up. So you say, man, please continue to listen to it. Please listen to us on the major so we can get the credit for the play or the views. We had an amazing week on YouTube. We had an amazing week everywhere because we do better on audio than we do YouTube. But YouTube that's crazy, man. 2 million views in a day on the first day. Thank y'all, man. Just thank y'all so much, man. I can't say it enough, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt, man. You know what I mean, it is what it is. We do appreciate it. And as y'all know, man, you know what I'm saying, we got Iso, the innovator of the segments, the creator of episodes, you know what I'm saying, and we gonna keep it going, y'all. This is another either or. This is 1980s hip-hop or 1990s hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Either or. Y'all know what we do. What's up? What you about to say?
No, that right there just set the barbershop people off. You know what I'm saying? That set the barbershop niggas off right then. Seeing the title. When the title popped up on their phone.
1980s and 1990s
slow
hip-hop.
down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know y'all couldn't wait to click on this joint and listen. As soon as y'all seen it,
started out in the park.
Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's going on? Yeah, man. So this one is, yeah, man, we going to keep it hip-hop this week, man.
That's what's up.
Man, we going to keep it hip-hop week. I know it's some other stuff going on, everybody talking about the whole relationship thing and, you know, the interview Cam Newton did and all this and that. I really don't want to touch too much on that.
Maybe we could do it on the live or something like that.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Get on the live or something.
No, I mean we'll get to that. Now I'm saying some things came up because that's what I was going to talk about. When we got on live, man. But I ended up, you know what I mean. I ended up recording with my brother, so you know it's the expansion team episode is on the way. Week 1 of NFL. You know what I mean, I got that done, so we had to get that done first. You know what I mean, priorities. But yeah, so I just want to keep it. I just want to keep it hip hop, man. We kind of like, we appreciate the fact that y'all rock with us no matter what we talking about, and y'all give it a listen. So we not people that just got to go with the flow. You know what I mean? So while everybody else is talking about the whole relationship thing and the kids, you know what I'm saying? We just want to keep it hip hop. We are afforded to do it because y'all rock with us. You know what I mean? And y'all give our stuff a listen no matter what the title is.
Right.
No matter what the subject matter is. So we appreciate that. Yeah, man, we going back to either or because I got a lot of either ors that I ain't even did yet. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, that ain't over with. You know what I mean? But I knew this one's gonna set it off. You know what I mean? Trying to set it off like a detonator, man. Yeah. 80s hip hop or 90s hip hop. So this is what I'm saying. Because a lot of people that started in the 80s, when they are like interviewed and they talking and stuff like that, they say that was a time where knowledge reigned supreme. The 80s, where it was more about dropping knowledge and, you know, the teachings and all that. And when the 90s kind of came in, that's when people say, you know, it was the whole, like, the anti-movement of that, where it was just about just being more about just, all right, we got to get this money.
It was more commercialized.
Yeah, I mean, you know, commercialized about money, but at the same time, subject matter is more about.
Oh, you're right.
No knowledge, less knowledge, more just partying, women, get money. You know what I'm saying? Really wasn't no understanding, no wisdom in it, no knowledge, less knowledge in it. So, but at the same time, the artists, because I want to talk about that too, but also just the artists. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like the 80s hip hop was better than 90s. Not to say either. They were both dope decades. They was both dope decades, but some people feel like the 80s were slightly better than the 90s. Some people feel like the 90s were slightly better than the 80s. I myself, because of the age that we are, early 90s, maybe like 90, 91 and all that, 92 when I was like, cause you gotta figure, if I'm 43 now, you figure I was born in 81. So 91, I was 10. So just to give y'all perspective, now I'm saying, thinking back. So that's why I had to go back and listen to a lot of stuff from the 80s that at the time, in the early 90s, at the time, it was like what they were saying was over my head. Like I think I told the story before about how a friend of mine's older brother, back when Eric B. and Rakim Follow the Leader came out, he came around with the radio. This was back when they still carrying the radios around, playing. Know what I mean? And he was playing Eric B. and Rakim Follow the Leader, and he was hyped up. He was like, "You hear what they saying? You hear what they saying on this joint?" And I'm just bobbing my head, but it's going over my head because I'm so young. You know what I mean? But I do remember that. I do remember watching, music videos and stuff like that. And hearing the music, but a lot of it going over my head. But I remember growing up with just like Public Enemy. Shout out to the older guys in my life. Shout out to a good guy that was in my life. His name was Bob. Now, I mean, he educated me a lot. Now, I mean, always dropped knowledge on me, had me listening to like Public Enemy. Now, I'm saying, was giving me like Malcolm X books and stuff like that as a child, like books that was like that broke down like civil rights and things like that and things with Nation of Islam, but it was like broken down to like a children's book so a child could understand it. You know what I mean? I had them books since I was like a kid. So in the music, now I mean, Public Enemy, that's why to this day, I still listen to Public Enemy. A part of me I still take time to listen to Public Enemy because I listened to that as a child, and I'm grateful for the guys that was older than me that kind of had me listening to some of that stuff so I can keep some type of balance. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just all party music. It wasn't just all street stuff. So, like I said, that's why still to this day I still listen to Public Enemy. You know what I mean? So I had some type of balance. And for me, it's very hard to pick one or the other because the 90s is when like I kind of like became more conscious of hip hop because I was getting older, and especially when I went to like middle school and high school. Like junior high school and high school is when like it really got a hold of me. But I do remember listening to it being like a little kid. So as I'm older, especially when I'm older now that I go back and I listen to a lot of stuff from the 80s, and now that I'm old enough to really understand it, man, they was kicking some shit. Like to me, Eric B. and Rakim, Follow the Leader, that was some of the dopest I ever heard, lyrically, I ever heard. Know what I mean? Hip hop to me. Know what I mean? That record. So it's not like I'm going to automatically just say the 90s is better just because I kind of grew up in the 90s and I was so young in the 80s. Because when I go back and listen to the stuff in the 80s, yeah, man, it does seem like it was more kicking, knowledge, or we call it back then, call it knowledge, science. Know what I mean? Whatever term you want to use for it. And I can see why some people feel like the 80s was slightly better than the 90s. Before, people feel like it got more like what you're saying, commercial. And it became all about, strictly about how can we sell these records. Not, okay, we're going to make, the music going to come from the heart. And you're going to try to put a message in it. And then after, if it sell, cool. No, it's about, no, we got to sell first. Forget what we selling just long as it sell. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Right.
So, like I said, man, some people feel like the 80s was better. Some people feel like the 90s was better. But it depends on what you want. Some people, like I said, some people not lyrical miracle. They don't care to listen to lyrical miracle. They don't care to listen to stuff with a message. They just want to vibe and party and have fun. And they just want it to be something that they can just recite over and over again that's catchy. So I can't knock people for what they want. You know what I mean? But at the same, I be saying I can't knock people, but then I do be knocking people. I be like, yo, you don't listen to nothing else. But that's mainly when I be talking to chicks. I be like, you don't listen to nothing else? But I be expecting a woman to like have balance.
Right. Just
because I have balance. You know what I mean? So yeah, I might listen to some street shit, but I also listen to Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to something that's they dropping the knowledge on you. But then, you know, that's mostly when I be thinking like that. I'm like, these chicks be listening to stuff that's like, yo, this is just like, you just bopping your head to this. It's a vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I remember like, I can't expect you to move like me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then to them, at the same time, to their defense, their balance is they might listen to party records and all that, but then they'll be listening to like an R&B record and be crying over it.
Right.
So to them, that's their balance. Well, you crying, but she's talking about keying somebody's car and throwing his clothes out on the sidewalk.
I've been there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, bitch. Because I had CC.
Yeah.
He ain't shit. Yeah, I done threw some. Yeah. I done threw his clothes outside on the sidewalk and people was taking his clothes before. I'm like, hold on, that man might have worked hard for the damn clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
You putting that shit outside and people just taking it. You tell them you welcome to take these clothes.
Right.
Whoa. You know what I mean? But to them, that's the balance. Because there be times where I just be listening to something and I be with a chick and she'll just like, this song make me remind me of such and such thing happened in my life. And they start crying. I'll be like, I don't feel like from this song because I don't have no connection with this song like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then she was a chick that 5 minutes later, she bopping to something that just sound like mindless to me. You know what I mean? So I guess that's their balance. But anyway, and just some people just feel like the dudes that came out in the 80s is better than the 90s. Some people feel like the dudes that came out in the 90s was better than the dudes in the 80s. So it's all up to you. Because my thing, I mean, like I said, my favorite rapper is Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and my favorite group is Mobb Deep. They came out in the 90s, so, but at the same time, Eric B. and Rakim, like I said, Public Enemy and Eric B. and Rakim, when I go back and I listen to the stuff they were saying, because the stuff came out when I was so young, when I go out, it's powerful. Mm-hmm. If you put it on today, it's powerful. Like now to this day, something they might have wrote in the 80s is still like yo, ain't nothing fucking with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Eric B. and Rakim followed a leader, dog. Ain't nothing fucking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing fucking with that.
That was few and far between for me though, in the 80s. That's why I feel like the 90s is my time. Like it just that boom bap era, mm-hmm. That shit was simplistic, too simplistic. I couldn't get into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that just you know what I mean? And it was my like, my name is Ern, and I'm here to say I like Fruity Pebbles in a major way. Some shit, just some, you know what I mean? Just some simplistic shit. I'm like, what? And everybody,
I know what you mean.
I'm like,
it was
what?
like, yeah, it was yo.
Like, no, so when you did get the, you know what I mean? Like you said, the Rakims, yeah, that shit did stand out.
When the shit got like intricate, like the boy got intricate, like.
Because everybody else was all simplistic and shit, and I was like, this is the shit y'all like?
You know what I mean?
This shit.
And when I'm on the mic, there will be no delaying. You know what I mean? Hear what I'm saying, and when I'm on the mic, there will be no delaying. And I'm like, yeah, it was like ABC rhyming.
It was ABC rhyming and shit. But everybody was doing it. Right. Everybody was doing it. So, I mean, it was cool, but I was just like, yo, this shit, the production is simple.
Listen,
you know
man, we ain't got a lot of money, the equipment. No. We ain't got time for that. That sound all right. Loop that up.
But I do respect it for being the foundation, though, because we understand that was the foundation. That was I mean, that's what we needed. That was the groundwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then you had the producers that came along, you know, sampled and all that, got more intricate. Then the rhymes got more intricate. You know, you had the Big Daddy, like I said, Rakim. You had the Big Daddy Kane,
right?
Cool G Rap,
right?
That was really spitting like bars. I know what you mean when you say that, like rhyming like anybody can rhyme. Like,
like anybody can rhyme. You like, what?
Like my mom can rhyme like that. If you gave her enough time to think about something, my mom can rhyme like that. Like yo.
But it was. I mean, at that time, that had the audience captivated though. Like a person would rhyme like that in like a club atmosphere, and everybody's captivated by that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they be battling each other.
Right.
They'll be battling each other like face to face, battling each other like that. That's why people like, yo, y'all don't understand like how I be arguing with a dude at work. Yeah, y'all like that Kendrick Lamar shit. But when the bridge is over hit, y'all acting like that had a big impact. When the bridge is over hit, I was like, that shit had an impact. But I wasn't there at the time to say that though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You hear that shit now like, this is the shit that had the impact back then? Yeah. All right, cuz, you know what I'm saying? I respect it though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it's just different. The same way like the generation now look at listen to our shit, like, this is shit that y'all like. They look at this shit different. I just look at this shit different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I respect the 1980s rap, but that shit was just so simplistic to me, I just could not get into it. Couldn't get into it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying with that. Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, because a lot of stuff is generational. Know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, know what I mean, you wasn't there.
Right.
For a lot of that stuff, you wasn't there. Right. So it's people that don't understand the stuff that we care about because they weren't there.
Exactly.
Like, Tupac hit them up don't really mean too much to them. Yeah. Because they wasn't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they ain't really saying nothing to nobody. Yeah, because y'all listen to stuff now with somebody saying, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot your mom. I'm going to shoot your mom house up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the stuff that we listened to that we thought, yo, that's crazy. Yo, why he say he hit his... Yo, Pac talking about he hit Big Wife.
Right.
To them, that sounds like nothing.
Yeah.
Because y'all sitting here with like, y'all putting guns in the video talking about after we shoot the video, we gonna go shoot his house up for real.
Right.
So that so stuff that we thought was like crazy and like deep to us is like nothing to y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you weren't there.
Yeah.
For the impact of that. You weren't there. You know? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying because you weren't there. Y'all weren't. Yeah, y'all. It's just that y'all weren't there. Because people be saying that, so like, yo, I was listening to like Biggie. I don't get it.
Yeah,
because
like
you weren't there. Yeah. So that's why he's regarded as one of the best, or some people feel like he's the best.
Right.
You're not gonna feel like that because, dude, when he first dropped, you wasn't even, dog. You was probably like a year old when his second album came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not gonna get it. When he first came out, his first album dropped, dog, you weren't even born yet. That's why people like, yo, I was listening to the first 90's joint, yo. I mean, he can rap, but like, I don't get it, right? Because you wasn't born. Dog, that joint came out in 94, dog. Exactly. You wasn't born till like 99.
Right.
You're not gonna get why Illmatic it means so much to so many people.
Exactly.
You're not gonna get it. Yeah. I understand why you don't necessarily get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you weren't there.
Yeah. Even the people that was before us, because like I had like uncles that was like, yeah, like big, all right, but like it's too much death. But I never looked at. When I listened to a big song, I never looked at it like that. I was like, too much death. I had to go back and listen to it like, he do talk about that shit, but I just never looked at it like that. Y'all looked at it like that, you're like, too much death. All he talk about is death. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and then you think about it, I'm like, yo, he got the whole joint, and then at the end of the joint, he shoot himself.
Right.
When you think about it and go back and think about it now, it's like, damn.
Okay.
Yeah. I get what they mean.
Right. But I was like, yeah, at the time, I was like, what? I don't get that like that.
So I'm like, I'm ready to die.
Yeah.
Fuck the world, fuck my mom's. Hold on. Fuck your mom, yo?
Yeah. Yeah, yo. I don't know what's different because Big dressed it up though. Like, don't get me wrong, certain motherfuckers talked about that shit and you felt like
because
that shit felt down to you.
Yeah, because the next song after that was a party joint,
Right.
talking to the chicks.
Right.
It wasn't just all that.
Yeah,
his whole album wasn't that.
Right.
It wasn't like no dark ass, dreary ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, you sound like depressing, yo.
Right. Right. Can't take that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you say, all right, the album name is Ready to Die, but the average person is gonna remember One More Chance.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Even though the name of the whole album, it was like, yo, street shit on there and stuff like that. But most people, when you say Big, they were like One More Chance, especially chicks.
Right. Right.
They not gonna be thinking about the actual song Ready to Die.
Right. Yeah, I mean, here you go. I pulled this up right here. This is 1980s hip hop, what it dominated, what it was good at, and what it was not good at. 1990s hip hop, what it dominated, what it was good at, what it's not good at. So, all right, we got 1980s. What 1980s rap dominated? It said foundation building. The 80s was crucial for laying the groundwork for hip hop as a cultural movement with the establishment of the four elements: DJing, MCing, breakdancing, and graffiti. Artists like Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash helped define what hip hop could be, both musically and culturally. Also, innovation in sound and technique. The introduction of the drum machines, like didn't name the drum machine, won't even name that. The sampling technology allowed for groundbreaking new sounds. The 80s also saw the development of the DJ as a key figure in hip hop, with scratching and mixing becoming central to the genre's identity. Number 3, commercialization and media presence. Hip hop began to break into the mainstream in the 80s, thanks in part to media platforms like MTV and MTV Raps. Movies like Beat Street and Wild Style helped bring the culture to the broader audience. What it was good at. The 80s was a time of experimentation, with artists playing with different sounds and styles. The era saw the fusion of hip hop and other genres like rock, Run DMC, and Aerosmith. Social and political commentary. Groups like Public Enemy began using hip hop as a platform for addressing social and political issues, bringing awareness to topics like racism, police brutality, and economic inequality. Community and unity. Early hip hop emphasized community and unity, with many artists coming together to create collaborative projects and events that fostered a sense of collective identity. What it was not good at. Production quality. While innovative, the production techniques of the 80s were often limited by technology available at the time, leading to a more raw and sometimes less polished sound. Diversity of styles. The 80s were somewhat homogeneous in terms of style, with a strong emphasis of East Coast sound. There was less regional diversity compared to the 90s. Complexity in lyrics. While lyrically groundbreaking for the time, the complexity and depth of lyrics were generally not as advanced as what could come in the 90s. So just like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Like, you know what I mean? It was the forefront. You know what I mean? It was the foundation. More people accepted the 80s rap because they felt like this is the voice. This is the voice talking about the shit that we going through. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They speaking about the shit that we going through. So yeah, that was the 80s. So yeah, the 80s was good for that. I appreciate the 80s for that. Even though some of them songs, like, that shit, certain songs that wasn't down sounded down to me. You know what I'm saying? Just like broken glass everywhere. I'm like, this shit that shit was a depressing song to me, but it's not a depressing song though. I'm like, this shit is depressing, dog. You know what I mean? Fiends in the back, like roaches and rats. I was like, I ain't like that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
You didn't like the message? You didn't like the message?
No, I think I said that before, dog. I didn't like that shit. Like, that shit. Fiends in the back with the baseball bat. Like, man, all right. You know what I'm saying? Even though that was a part of our life. That was a part of culture. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just kind of didn't like that shit that much. You know what I mean? But yeah. You said you was undecided in the 80s and 90s, right?
No, because I mean I can go back. I mean, the 90s was our time. That was the time we was like in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, time that we was growing up. Basically, like I said, the 80s, we was so goddamn young. We was little ass kids. So I had to go back. And now that I'm older, and I mean, you got, technology, so you got access to the music whenever you want to hear it. I can really go back since I've been growing and go back and listen to this stuff and appreciate it more. Like I can, like I understand why people were saying that, you know, Rakim is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back and listen to him, yo, I absolutely get it. Know what I mean? People like Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, like I completely understand it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So now I'm older and I can go back and listen. I understand what they mean.
Yeah.
I understand it. I understand why people were saying, because people used to say, yo, Big is not the best greatest all time, Rakim is. When I was young, I didn't get it. I get it now why people say that. Why people say that Rakim
shouldn't the music be able for you to pick up and just go with it? It ain't like a time capsule where I got to unveil this 20 years later for me to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's about, that was for them. At the same moment, we was young when that shit came out.
We was.
So it wasn't made for us. It was made for the people that was of age at that time. When you go back and listen to it, I get what people mean. That older to say, no, Rakim was the greatest of all time, not Big. I understand, because when I was young, I didn't understand why people said that. You know what I mean? I think it was, what magazine was that? Was that Blaze magazine? That Blaze magazine that had Rakim as the number one dude?
Might have been.
If I'm not mistaken, I mean, some of y'all can jog my memory out there. But I think they had Rakim as number one and not Big. But because Blaze first came out, they were still in high school when Blaze magazines first came out, didn't we? Blaze magazine first came out. But back then I didn't understand it because I wasn't fully entrenched in Rakim. I mean, I wasn't well versed as I am now in Rakim.
Right.
Because now, you know, since we got the technology, you know, when your phone, you listen to whatever you want to listen to, go back and listen to a lot of that music. Okay, I understand why some of the people were saying that. I get that.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy.
But yeah, because there's a lot of people that say Big is not the greatest of all time. People say Rakim is the greatest of all time. You know, since then, people say it ain't neither one. People say Jay is the greatest of all time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now I understand what that conversation was back then. Back then I didn't get that conversation because it was over my head and I didn't listen to. And then you had less technology, so now you can just look on your phone and just listen to whatever you want to the way you can now.
Exactly, you're right.
So I do understand them conversations that people was having back then. Now that I'm older, I understand why they was having them conversations. I get it. So, because I do like Rakim, listen to Big Daddy Kane, or listen to KRS-One, or listen to Public Enemy. I was kind of so on LL Cool J. I listened to some LL Cool J joints, but I didn't listen to LL Cool J. LL Cool J is not necessarily a person I listen to all the time. The way I can just listen to like a Rakim song at any time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just throw it on. You know what I mean? It was not that. You're going way back with like Grandmaster Flash 4 Years 5. You're going back. So other than like The Message, maybe like a couple of other songs, I didn't listen to them. I don't listen to them too much. Now, I mean, I try to listen to some of the stuff or names that I was hearing back in the day. I tried to go back and listen to like Curtis Blow. Mm-hmm. Cause that was one of the names that, you know what I mean, you used to hear.
Yeah. I get fucked up now because now these young boys be using the same name. I remember like my daughter was like, yo, turn EST on. I'm like, EST? We show my EST. But it's a new motherfucker who name is that. Yeah. I'm thinking you talking about like, shit, you know what I mean? I turn this shit on like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. You said turn that EST on. Yeah. Yeah, so that shit throws me off how like they just, I'm not that they reuse a name. I mean, name can have different meaning for them. But like you'll hear that shit. Yeah, that shit throws me off though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because some of them, because so much time that went on that, and then some of them made me not have no idea that the name they're using is somebody else's name.
Exactly.
Just like it's another, the $500,000 I know is from the 90's, but then you got another person that's name was $500,000.
Right.
Now I'm clicking on it, I'm like, no, this is not the $500,000 I'm talking about. I'm talking about the $500,000 that was with Nas in them. I'm not talking about this half. Not I mean no disrespect to the new guy that called himself $500,000, but I clicked on it, I was like, no, this is not who I'm thinking about. I'm like, damn, it's another dude named $500,000 now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand what you're saying with that. I understand. Yeah, so.
Yeah, because hip hop has been something where it never demanded the next generation to have to pay homage or even know your history. It wasn't like it was just come on in and do what you gotta do.
But see, we people want to be mad about that now. And the thing is, you got people that was from back then want to be mad about that now. But why wasn't you trying to implement? Was you trying to implement that back in the day?
Right.
Why is everybody so mad about now that we don't use that? Don't pay homage.
Yeah.
And then the generation gap, and it ain't no respect there. You don't. The older dudes don't respect what the younger dudes, the music they making. The younger dudes don't respect the older dudes that was here before, because it comes from the streets. It originates from the street, so it took a lot of the street elements.
Right.
One of the elements in the street is the new overthrows the old.
Right.
It's like when you out there on the street. If you on this corner for too goddamn long, eventually somebody younger gonna try to come get you off that corner. So that is an element of hip hop.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of where it came from.
Right.
It come from the street, and that's what happened in the street. If we get a goddamn corner, if we take some shit over when we 20 years old, you think by the time we 30 years old, ain't nobody ever gonna come and try to take this from us that's younger than us?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now the new out there, man, fuck all that old shit. Now we out here now. That's how hip hop is a reflection of that. It's a reflection of that. And y'all still want it, and older dudes still want it the way that they want it. You know what I'm saying? And time has moved on. But older dudes ain't trying to hear that. They on some Avon shit. I want my corners. Y'all want motherfuckers to make the type of hip hop, everybody to make the type of hip hop that you love, that you came up on.
Yeah.
So this new shit you don't like, well, you don't gotta listen to it. So what? I don't want them fucking making it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to you don't have to listen to it though.
Right.
You just don't have to listen to it. Nah, that shit's a problem. It's a problem because that's how it is in the street.
No, it's a problem because when I turn the radio on, that's all I hear. I don't hear my shit no more.
Right. I don't hear my shit. No, you can still go listen to your shit. No. I don't want shit to change. I want shit to know. If you come out, you still gotta make type of shit I like. The same way.
Right.
If you come out here, no, you gotta work for me if you come out here.
Mm-hmm.
No, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And then you got the newer generation. You got Marlo and them. Fuck out of here. We out here now.
Right.
That's what it is in hip hop. So you never had that.
No, we didn't.
We never had that. So people mad about something we never had.
Right.
So is that the powers that be fault, or is that our fault?
It's our fault.
We came to them with that mentality.
The rappers of the 90s is mad that they forgotten heroes now, but y'all never cared about the rappers of the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's songs where, like, you know, Rakim did a song with Nas and Rakim did a song with Jay, and you know what I mean? Motherfuckers just, but it ain't like, if that's your issue, your version of paying homage, okay, but like, it ain't like we really, that really wasn't strong and prominent. You know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers don't even really know that. There's a lot of motherfuckers that listen to hip hop and that's not familiar with Rakim. That's around our age. Because they just listen to 90s hip hop. They not familiar with the Rakim and shit. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they might know Rakim from, the boy that was in the Watcher, the Watcher joint with Jay, him, Dre, and Jay. Yeah, I heard that joint. So you only go back as far as you know. So now that the same thing's happening, the same thing going on. I think LL Cool J was asked a question about, like, because you know he got an album coming out. And he was like, how do you feel knowing that the younger generation ain't looking for you? He's like, I don't even care.
Right.
I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, because it's not, I mean, if some younger people end up listening to it, cool, but
right, that's what he said.
He
exactly.
been doing something, you know what I'm saying? So he making an album for the people that's going to check for him, is going to check for him. He comfortable where he at.
Right. He
comfortable knowing that the people that's going to check for me is going to check for me.
Yeah. That's the problem. Like you got to stop worrying about this shit. Stop caring about it. That shit is like the fucking on the staple on your mind so much. You worry about these young motherfuckers don't know. They don't respect it. No, they just do what they do. That's why you have certain motherfuckers that go to concerts and they upset by the response that they get. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the same thing was going on with the motherfucking 80s artists when they was coming to a 90s hip hop show. You know what I mean?
Listen. Because remember that, right? Because remember when Method Man said that, right?
Yeah.
Right? Remember when Method Man said that. But if you go back into the 90s, when he's on stage, right? During the documentary, the show, he introduces Run DMC as the pioneers of hip hop. So at the time where he was the fucking man, he introduces a group that's considered to be older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he telling them, yo, coming to the stage, the pioneers of hip hop, some of the pioneers of hip hop, y'all show y'all love. Okay, he did that. So you was the man at that time. They was considered as time like started to like go on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That may not have been their crowd.
Right.
So now time goes on again. So now you performing in front of people that's not necessarily your crowd.
Right.
It's just time just goes on.
Same shit. You right, yeah. Same shit.
You see what I'm saying? That's an example of just time just moving on.
Yeah.
When he was probably at the time, he's one of the biggest people that everybody want to see.
Yeah.
Time just go on. You know what I'm saying? So some people pay homage here and there. Some people did pay homage here and there. People do. But overall, let's not act like hip-hop don't come out of the street. And one of the things that come with the streets is out with the old and with the new.
Facts. Yeah.
We can't act like that's got anything to do. That's on us. You know what I mean? Hip-hop, we gotta take more accountability.
Yeah.
That's not the powers that be. That's not a goddamn record company.
Right.
We came in with that mentality because they came in with this part of the elements of the street.
Right.
Some of the mentality that you have out in the street, because that's where hip hop came from.
Yeah.
So one of the things that from the streets is out with the old, in with the new. Somebody younger is going to come along and start doing their thing, and they may not fall in line. They may come and take your place.
Right.
So I'm not here working with you. We taking this shit.
Yeah.
And if it's a problem, then it's a problem. We can't act like it doesn't come from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't. We gotta stop acting like that's somebody else that did that to us to make us the way it is.
Yeah, you're right. I actually like what LL doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We keep acting like hip hop is a million years old, and we had a chance to enjoy the older artists. We really didn't have a chance to do that yet. Like, we getting to the point where the older audience is growing up with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at any genre of music, like, all right, now, if Ja Rule go on tour or something like that, they do like the smaller venues. You know what I'm saying? They downsize, which understandable. But then when you think about it, R&B artists that grow up, their fans grow with them, they still do arenas and shit like that. Shout out to even though Usher is not an older person, you know what I'm saying? He's been doing it for a long time. Usher still come to town, he do arenas and shit like that, pack the house out. And rock and roll, Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit like that, 9 Inch Nails, they still do arenas and shit like that, pack the house out. Because hip hop, like you said, because hip hop takes on the mentality of street culture, we push motherfuckers out. The genre pushes you out. The genre make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, yo, your time is done. Fuck out of here. That's how come, I mean, if I'm a promoter and I'm trying to book a motherfucker, you be like, you was a legend, but I don't even know if you can, you know what I mean? So sometimes you got to do like smaller venues and shit like that. No other genre of music do that. You know what I'm saying? So we need the older artists to keep doing what they doing and, you know what I'm saying, keep dropping music to let the audience grow with them.
And then at the same time, it's not that because if Jay wanted to go on tour, he'd be selling our football stadium.
Yeah, you right. No, you right. Facts.
It appeals to other people.
You right. You right.
Some of this just appeals to more people, and some of these people wasn't even in your heyday. You wasn't getting no arena by yourself. Mm-hmm. You might be able to do that going on tour. A bunch of y'all going on tour together, y'all might be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But you were not selling out no arena, and you might have barely win gold. Right. So even if a lot of these people heyday, they wasn't packing out no arena.
Right.
They wasn't gonna do that no way. Mm. You see what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right about that.
And everybody now can't do it. Usher was one of the biggest artists since the 90's. Right. That's why he can still do that. It's people that come out now that they can drop something on YouTube and get millions of goddamn views, and they couldn't sell out no arena. Right. You're right. So you gotta have that audience. And then you look at them audiences be mixed. It be people of all ages in them audiences. Facts. It don't just be a bunch of older people, a bunch of younger people. Facts. When Beyonce come, people of all ages going to see Beyonce. Right. Know what I'm saying? Usher come to town, it's women of all people of all ages going to see him. Right. You're right. It's not just either younger or you're older. No. It's all mixed in. And that's how it is with a lot of them rock and roll acts and stuff like that. Now when you look in the crowd, it be people of all ages. Right. Know what I mean? When Drake come to town, it be people I know of all ages going to see Drake. Yeah. So some of y'all just artists just appeal to more people than some people they just had their niche. And they might have just been dope rappers, but as far as sales, you wasn't doing nothing to sell out no arena, no way. Mm-hmm. You might have been doing just enough as far as sales wise. You could have been super dope lyrically and get all the respect in the world and couldn't pack out a storefront church. You get all respect in the world as far as what you actually saying lyrically, but you may not be selling a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Because it's people like that in hip hop. People give all the respect in the world to cannabis for being lyrical. Right. Was he ever gonna sell out an arena? No. In his heyday, he wasn't gonna sell out no arena. Mm. He's regarded as one of the best to ever come out lyrically though, in hip hop history though. People give that to him in a second. That don't mean that you won't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody appeals to you though. Right. Are you going to be able to sell records? Are you going to sell merchandise? Or everybody going to want to come see you? Because that's the difference. That's why I be saying, yo, I don't, if you trying to pay your bills, I don't get mad when everybody be worrying about, no, this is a hustle for me. And then, I'm not trying to be lyrical miracle. Because the people that want you to be lyrical miracle for them be the motherfuckers who ain't going to buy your record no damn way. True. He ain't spitting this and he ain't spitting that. Last time you spent money on an album. True. Right. Shut the fuck up. True. You're not buying an album, and when I come to town, you're not coming to see me. Right. You just standing around with a bobby head and want to judge whether this is real hip hop or not. I can't get no support from you though. Y'all give you props and you respect because yo, he really spitting on there. Did you buy the album? No. Then get the fuck out of my face then, dog. Right. I got bills to pay. The people be mad. Nah, Drake making songs for the chicks. You know what I'm saying? And fucking winning. Right. I gotta make songs for these chicks. You know what I mean? He'll get on a record every now and again. And start spitting some slick shit, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he makes sure he got them records. Right. For the chicks. Ja Rule started setting himself apart when what? He started making records for the chicks. Right. I ain't got time to be I gotta try to lyrical miracle my way more than J and X and no. Let me find my lane. Okay, I got the chicks now. Now I'm number one. He got the chicks. People always respected him in hip hop. Know what I'm saying? He wasn't no trash dude. But to the next level, all right. Let me start making these records for the women. And started separating himself and did his, and he had his run.
Right.
Nobody got time to be trying to fucking y'all backpack hip hop start out in the park ass niggas trying to prove nothing to y'all. You know what I mean? You forgot where you came from. Still living like bums. Shout out to all the bums. That's how I forgot where I came from. Still living like bums.
Yeah.
No, he come from like the streets, so now, every song is for the chicks. Okay, I bet you he doing good taking care of his family, right? Oh, he's still rapping for you. So did you ever buy the album? But no. Get the fuck out of my face then.
It's weird to say that though because that shit stopped with the 80s. When the 90s came, we was rapping about shit we wasn't living.
Who?
Motherfuckers was talking about crystal, diamonds.
They was living that though.
Not all of them, dog. You know that. Not everybody wasn't living that shit.
Jay and them started that crystal stuff.
True.
Because that's what they was doing.
True.
They was doing it to be different than other people.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Diddy and all them started wearing that stuff, then everybody followed suit. But they were really doing it. So now that became, okay, I gotta have all this jewelry. Because remember, everybody didn't wear jewelry.
No.
Some people wore jewelry, but then it became a thing as everybody had to wear jewelry.
Yeah. Back the 80s, the thing was having the fucking African joint. The African joint with the shoelace joint and shit.
But if you still selling drugs in the community, doesn't matter. I got the African medallions on, but the money I'm making from rap, I'm giving that shit to my cousin to get work. So I'm talking it back to Africa. Know what I'm saying? Black power shit. I'm up with my niggas buy bricks. My best friend I grew up with, I'm putting him on. You don't think none of that was happening? Dude, everybody was on that black power shit, dog. Come on, man. Black power shit. You giving all your niggas money so they can go buy crack. Know what I mean? Cook that crack up. Hit that street. Because they got in your mind, they got to eat too. I'm eating off rap. I got to help them eat.
Right.
So let's be for real. Let's not act like it's impossible that everybody was on some black power. Everybody was on some black power. You had the medallions on and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
You had the fucking African beads and all that. Y'all was talking to, y'all, yeah, they talking all that goddamn knowledge and all that knowledge reigns supreme. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge and all that. You know what I'm saying? Today's mathematics. Today's mathematics is, I just gave my cousin money so he can go get a brick. That's today's mathematics. So act like, we ain't gonna act dumb, act like that shit wasn't going on.
Oh, man. Yeah. That shit changed up, man. Motherfuckers started getting their money, though. You know what I'm saying?
And then at the same time, it was people in the 80s that was showing it too. You know what I'm saying? It was people that was always flashy. Always had that gold on. Know what I mean? Just like Eric B. say, you know what I mean? People looked at him and said, yo, why you got a Rolls Royce? Know what I mean? That's a car that old white men drive. Rich white men drive. Why you got that? Then the Bentley came, know what I'm saying? Then when Diddy started doing it, then Rockefeller started doing it, everybody started doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know what I mean? But rappers started that, dude started that back in the 80s. Now, I mean, Eric B., he's like credited as being like the first person to hip-hop to like, no, I'm going to drive Rolls Royce. Now, everybody got one now. You can't be a rapper without one.
Right.
But I was looked at as, you too different, dog. That's like a rich white man car. Why you driving that?
They forced Rolls Royce and Bentley to redesign their fucking cars, bro.
Yeah,
shit wasn't made like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care about making their shit modern. That shit was made classical.
Yeah, because the demand for them. So, you know, we gotta innovate.
Right. Shit was like box style back then and shit. That shit was made like that. Like,
because it wasn't made for you to drive yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got a chauffeur.
Right.
Now them joints is like built like you drive yourself in them joints.
Yeah.
They made them, see how they made them joints like smaller and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the demand.
Yeah.
Hip hop really did that.
Hip hop changed that shit up. Hell yeah.
Hip hop had people doing that.
Yeah. Hip hop changed that. They changed this shit up dramatically, yo.
So, yeah, man. So, yeah, we was just going on and on all over the place about with this joint. But these were the joints y'all love. But, yeah, man, the 90s ushered in the whole, you know, it's about getting this money, ghetto fabulous, the lifestyle. And not to say that they wasn't talking about, you know, they was on living good. Like I said, they was dressing nice, you know what I'm saying? Wearing gold back in the 80s too, but it really became that like...
The 90s made it cool to rap. It wasn't really like cool to rap in the 80s. On all that. Motherfuckers man, you gotta get out there and sell this coke, man.
Yeah. It was barely anybody. I mean, even here in Philly.
Yeah.
It was barely anybody rapping.
Right.
If you rap, you kind of kept it to yourself. Like I knew a few people that rapped in high school. Wasn't like how it is now. You can go anywhere, any corner, and look for rappers, and they gonna rap. It wasn't like that then. It wasn't like that back then. It was like a few rappers.
Right.
When I went to high school, it was only like a few, like a handful of people that rap. Like 3 or 4 people that you know rap.
Shit wasn't cool to rap back then. It was cooler to be a drug dealer and shit.
Yeah, because we got to get this goddamn, because that seems more realistic.
Right.
To go out there in the street and get this money seem more realistic than to rap and become rich.
Right.
And make money. It just seemed more realistic to go out there in the street. You have a better chance of getting money out in the street. That was just the narrative, how people thought. So, yeah, man. And then the rappers themselves, because you can have the argument all day about, you know, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Karis, one, or Biggie, is it Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, and, you know, that whole thing of, because to me, like I said, when I go back and listen to it, I get a lot from the 80s rappers. I do. So it's very tough for me to call. I can't say the 80s is better than the 90s because I can't say the 90s is better than the 80s just because the 90s is the time that I came of age. Because I don't know, man. That's up to y'all how y'all feel about it out there. And like I said, the 80s came out. You had Public Enemy.
Yep.
The 90s, you had a lot of people. You know what I mean? You had Pac still talking. You know what I mean? Through the 90s, you had Pac still kind of like carrying that flag somewhat. And you had some other people carrying that flag too. Dropping knowledge. You know what I mean? X-Clan. You got some people that was like the balance that we used to listen to. And I'm we forgetting some names, but
yeah,
you know, but it was some people that helped the balance. It wasn't just street, get this money, you know what I'm saying? By any means necessary. No, it was about some type of balance. So, and then, you know, within the 80s too, they went through their change. Motherfuckers take them goddamn crazy ass outfits off and fucking cowboy boots, man.
No,
you ain't gotta get here and then change it to a damn outfit. No, the shit that you wore here, you can wear that on stage.
Cool Mo D said we going to the Wild Wild West.
You know what I'm
like what? Yeah, I mean, big crazy glasses and shit. Yeah, those shit was
fucking Eddie Murphy Golden Child hats.
Yeah,
what's the name of them joints?
Yeah.
What's the name of the Eddie Murphy Golden Child hats? The real name of them joints.
I don't know the real name of them joints, yo.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about, though. But you got to understand, like, when you put it up against other genres of music, if you're trying to compete with other genres of music, you're going to imitate what they do. So, like, even in R&B, they had, like, costumes and outfits and shit. So you might feel like, we a rap group, so we need an outfit.
Because remember, a lot of them that was of age that was on hip-hop, they grew up looking at that stuff, stuff in the 70s.
Right.
And then people had to realize, we left that behind.
Hell yeah.
We left them goddamn outfits behind. No, we don't wear that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we started doing what? Started influenced by what dudes in the street wore.
Right.
Gold. Now I'm saying They was wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They was the stuff that dudes was wearing in the street. Stuff that was fashionable in the streets became what people in hip hop wore.
Right.
The leather jackets, 8-ball jackets, and all that type of stuff. 2-finger rings and all that type of stuff. Stuff that dudes in the street in the neighborhood would wear. They became, okay, that's how we gonna dress. We gonna dress, know what I mean? So that's another thing that hip hop adopted from the street. What we wear when because we not dressing up like goddamn cowboys no more.
Right.
We not dressing like that no more. So what we gonna dress like? We gonna dress like the successful dude in the hood.
Right.
We gonna dress like the drug dealer. That's what we gonna dress like. So, yeah, man. Like I said, as far as MCs, man, y'all can go MC for MC. To me, MC for MC. Some people might feel like the 90s might have a little bit more. But at the same time, can you say that? I mean, you talking about, like I said, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. People regarded Kool Moe Dee as a top tier rapper.
Yeah, they did.
People regarded Special Ed as being a top tier dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still can't leave out Melly Mel. Melly Mel crushed them, Grandmaster Caz.
Right.
So people looked at it as a Curtis Blow. It was some dude. They had some dudes, and then the 90s.
Plus that was Rick time too. Rick the Ruler.
Mm-hmm. Slick Rick was regarded as one of them dudes.
Yeah.
Flashy back then. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you right.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot about,
The clothes.
He damn sure was, yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Flashy the clothes.
Rick was flashy as shit.
Know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, damn, they have a gold-plated eye patch and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Rick, yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Peasant poor pieces of trash. The way he used to talk. I feel like he just, you know what I'm saying? Like you been, you know what I'm saying? I got that fly shit on.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, Slick Rick was definitely, yeah, you right, I forgot about that, yeah. He definitely was, the motherfucker, more gold chains than fucking Mr. T out this bitch and shit on his neck. You know what I'm saying? I pity the fool, but yeah, yo. Yeah, I forgot about Rick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that, man, like I said, I can't call it, man, so that's up to y'all. I can't call it. Because to me, some people can say, yo, man, we feel like in the 90s, we kind of, even though it might have been some dope dudes out, overall, we kind of lost our way. People feel like it was less knowledge. It was more about getting money, and it was more about street shit, and it was kind of less knowledge.
Motherfuckers was more emotional. Because, I mean, it was battles going on back then. Motherfuckers weren't that emotional now. Now motherfuckers is killing motherfuckers over shit. You know what I'm saying? You started like East Coast, West Coast rivalries over shit. Motherfuckers is more emotional. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess you could say that because there's more money involved now. So yeah, it was just different. You know what I mean? It ushered in the rivalry thing. It was more heated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the motherfuckers that was beefing back then, they could walk past each other on the street and they probably just don't say nothing to each other. But ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I mean? Certain shit happened in the 90s. You ain't know what was going to happen if two motherfuckers was in the room together. You ain't know what was going to happen. So, yeah, that's one thing I ain't like about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we lost a lot. We lost a lot of motherfucking top tier talent because of that shit. You know what I mean? People just being emotional. So, yeah, that's one thing I hate about the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, I can't really call it.
I feel you.
I can't really call it because I can't just automatically say the 90s just because that's the time I came of age. Because like I said, when I go back and listen to a lot of 80s stuff, I fuck with it. You know what I mean? So I can't be like, well, the 90s was just better just because. No, I can't say that. I cannot say that. But yeah, so to the whole, I don't know. Like I said, man, everybody once people see the title, they gonna click on it, listen to it, and they gonna have their own.
Yeah.
So you know, make sure y'all hit us up. I mean,
I'm around with the, I'm
I
around
got to
with
tell
the
you that.
90s.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm around with the 90s, man. Production, yeah, I mean, got better. Quality of the music got better. Yeah, I mean, the lyrics got better. The camaraderie stopped because there's a lot of songs we didn't get with certain people because certain people didn't get along with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like even in certain bro, like there's a lot of motherfuckers from New York that just you didn't do a song with this motherfucker from New York. Big ain't do a song with this motherfucking member from the Wu-Tang. He did a song, you know what I mean? He ain't do a song with this person. He did so it was a lot of shit that was just like, damn, I would have loved to heard a song from these for these two motherfuckers, but it was no camaraderie. Too much money involved, too many egos, too much emotions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be top dog. Everybody want to be Big Willie. You know what I mean? So that right there, in the 80s, I did appreciate that because that wasn't prominent in the 80s. Even when they talk about their battles and beef and shit, like they talk about that shit with love. Like it ain't like no hatred in their heart when they talk about that shit. It's like, yeah, we was going at it. These motherfuckers now is like, no, you catch us in the dark room, something gonna happen. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's one thing I do hate about it. You know what I'm saying? The egos, emotion, too much money got involved. It just changed how people, you know what I mean, go about certain things. But I'm gonna ride with the 90s though, man. I don't know. The quality of the music got better. You know what I mean? Just so that's why I'm not going over it because of certain artists. Just the quality of the music got better, you know what I'm saying? The production stepped up a whole lot. You know what I mean? So I definitely do appreciate that. The storytelling got better. You know what I'm saying? Even though Rick was rapping back then, you know what I'm saying? And Rick is regarded as one of the greatest storytellers of all time. You know what I mean? Rick the Ruler, so, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it got better for me. So I'm around with the 90s. You know what I mean?
All right, man. So, you know, y'all out there, man, listen, man, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna hit us up in the comments and all that, man. Tell us what y'all think, you know what I mean? Why y'all think is the 80s, the 90s, or y'all might be like me where you can't really call it because you feel like you got something from really, really both.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, I can't be biased just because I kind of came up in the 90s. When I go back and listen to the 80s hip-hop, I'm like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? I completely get it. Why they said some of these dudes are some of the best that ever did it. Listen to it, I get it. I know some of the sounds is more simple. They did what they had to do, man.
Yeah.
Not at the time. So
yeah. Much respect to them though. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If we went any other era, if it would have been 90s and early 2000s rap, like 2000s, probably like 2010s and shit like that. 80s, I probably would go with the 80s. It's just we lost identity with the internet. Like now, even in Philly, like people are like, yo, that's a trap house. We say shit. We pick up Southern slang. You know what I'm saying? We say shit like that. And people in other spots say stuff like we talk. So the identity across the board started to fade away. You know what I mean? Everybody just sound the same. You know what I mean? So 80s, if we ain't talking about 90s, 80s rap gonna take the cake every time other than that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They were, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just like people say that's cap. Dog, you saying that shit in Philly like 20 fucking years ago.
Right.
You saying that shit in Philly like 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now slang is like, well, John is always gonna be us because people don't even understand. Like, what y'all mean when you say John? No, just we talking about any and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
exactly.
John.
Yeah.
That John. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, with slangs, slang is crazy because now you be hearing people call little kids jits. Yeah, that's like down south slang.
That's down south, yeah.
Now I mean, my cousin and them was saying that years ago.
Right.
But now you hear people saying it up here. I'm like, jit is like down south slang.
Yeah, but that's just what it is, man. The internet, everything is universal now. Everything is universal now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? There's no separation between, you know what I'm saying, different regions now.
Yeah.
Everything is the same.
Yeah, just like people from other places be saying, people from other places be saying John now.
Yeah,
I
they
know
do.
people that you grew up in a whole other side of the country. You be saying you say John.
Yeah.
And he's saying John. I'm like,
yeah. I want to go visit my sister one time. They was in the store like, yo, you crazy slime. I was like, slime. You know what I'm saying? They say shit down south. That's like a New York slang.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What are y'all talking about? Like, but that's what they do down south now. Slime. What's going on, slime? It's like, yo, shit. Everything is universal now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? You wrapping this one up?
Yeah, man. So that's up to y'all to go crazy in the comments, man.
Oh, they gonna go crazy.
You know what I mean? That's up to y'all. Like I said,
Discord is on the way, man. You know what I mean? Discord is definitely on the way. I'm gonna have that drink done by September 1st right now. Well, September 1st by the time we're recording this. This will be out on a Tuesday. But you know what I'm saying? The Discord will be up by this month.
What exactly is that? Is that a joint we like?
Discord is basically a chat room.
As a chat room where everybody can type. Actually just talk to each other and hear each other voice.
I don't know if you could talk in there, but I saw certain joints where you could talk and you could play back the voices in there.
Right.
But it basically this is a chat room where you could just chat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man, we're gonna be respectful. We do talk about hip hop, but we not dominated by hip hop. So if you know what I mean, the ladies want to talk about something else, we ain't pushing nobody out the room. You know what I mean? No, we ain't talking about that shit right now. We trying to figure out why Melly Mel is, you know what I mean? No, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna be respectful.
It's ladies first over here.
Okay, that's what's up. I feel you.
It's ladies first over here.
But yeah, the Discord will be out.
Because they the ones that support us. Y'all niggas come and go. So I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be neglecting my goddamn fan base for y'all motherfuckers who only want to come when we talk about hip hop. Right. Any other time y'all ain't even y'all ain't even rock with us. Right. So if we talk about hip hop, you want to goddamn fucking write a whole goddamn paragraph. You ain't even fucking subscribed to us no damn where.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna be pushing the chicks out the way to talk to y'all fucking hip hop side on the park backpack ass niggas. 50 years old, still got a goddamn backpack on.
Yeah.
Want to argue? When things I'm about to argue with you about something. Ain't nobody about to argue with you about a bunch of nothing. You like what you like, I like what I like. You know, I don't have to go back and forth with you too much. Now, I mean, like I say it's fun conversation, but these dudes kill me. Where the hell all y'all come from? So we do a hip hop episode, the numbers going through the roof. Where's these niggas at any other damn week?
Right. You right. You know what I'm saying? But yo, it is what it is. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for everything. You know what I'm saying? And we out of here, y'all. Peace.